Okay, when we're chopping onions in here, guys, this is the way that we will do this to save as much time as possible. I've had students who attack this onion by like trying to peel and then peel and peel. That's just a huge waste of time, okay? So the way that we're going to chop this onion is to take the stem end off, just the thin portion, and get that out of the way, that papery stuff. We don't want that in our onions. You'll take the root end and do the very same thing, and then now you've got a flat surface to put your onion on so it won't roll around. Cut it in half. And then what you've just done for yourself is given yourself an edge to get your finger underneath, and you can pull that first layer of skin off of the onion, okay? And then you're good to go. You can do the same thing for the other side. Now, we have kind of an issue here, okay? I can keep peeling, and then I can get myself to a point where maybe I can just cut off a little bit of that yucky stuff, and we're okay there, okay? All right, so I'm going to get this paper out of the way, and I'm going to start. This is the way that we typically do onions in here, because when we chop onions, we're doing them for things like lasagna, baked ziti, whatever. It doesn't have to be real fine. It doesn't have to be perfect. I would like it to be small. I mean, you don't want huge hunks. But this works pretty well. So I do this. I put my finger on the other side, because if you don't do that, your knife will pull the onion up with it. And then you just continue all the way across your onion. And then once you've done that, I flip it, and you can just chop your onion into pieces this way. Now when you get close to your fingers here, you can flip your onion. You can do this. And then if you get super close and it's moving all around on you, you can put your hand up. Please make sure your fingers are all the way up. See how my fingers almost kind of curve upward? Please do that. And then you can mill across the onions with your knife to kind of chop them up a little bit smaller. Please trust me, if you don't do that, I've done it before where I've caught my finger underneath that knife, so please make sure you get your hands up, fingers up. Okay? Clean off your knife. You're good to go. I'm getting little pieces of paper, that papery part of the onion in here. Try to avoid that because that doesn't have a good texture. Okay? This is the other way that you might see people chop onions, and it's okay too. This gets you a little bit finer of a piece of onion. You can slide your knife into the onion this way, almost to the end, and then you just do the very same thing that I just did. Now what kind of an onion will that produce, guys, when you chop it? See how it pulled the onion up there? That's really not good. Makes you frustrated. It'll just be chopped in kind of half of what we did before. It's a little bit more fine. So either way is fine for our kitchen. Then you just flip that, go this way, and then if you get close, you can mill across. Okay, now that's if you don't need any uniform pieces or anything like that, and typically you don't with an onion. Now do you see how this is all bigger right here? You'd want to separate these and go back over these bigger pieces. What you're going to do then on Wednesday when we do this for ourselves, guys, you will put this into a plastic bag, Ziploc bag, whatever it is that we're using. We're going to label it. Everything we put into our fridges has to be labeled. You label this chopped onion, the date that you did it, and we're going to put them in the freezer. And then in the future, we can use these onions by just pulling them out, popping them out of the Ziploc bag, putting them into our hamburger or whatever it is that we're cooking. Okay?